Welcome to Mind Body Veda. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through a brief but detailed breakdown of the ancient and natural medicine of Ayurveda. My name is Iman, and this is Mind Body Veda. Welcome back. Let's get right into it. So we're answering the question, what is Ayurveda? So Ayurveda is actually the most ancient and comprehensive healing science known to humankind. It originated in India over 5,000 years ago, and it's rooted on the principles of preventative health, longevity, and natural health care. So Ayurveda is the Sanskrit term meaning the science or knowledge of life. Ayu means life, and Veda means knowledge or science. Now let's tap into the history just a little bit because it is fascinating. So thousands and thousands of years ago, there were what we call the seers of truth or rishis, the ancient sages that would be in such intensive meditative states all day, and they would connect to the natural laws of nature and discover and research and get these downloads. And what they discovered is that every single human being is made up of all the elements of the universe. We are simply microcosms of the universe. Everything is inside of us. So they shared this wisdom through oral tradition, from teacher to disciple, time and time again, until it was finally recorded in the Vedas, which is the most ancient and surviving text in the world. Over time, Ayurveda started getting more focused, and there were textbooks such as Charaka Samhita, Ashtanga Hridayam, and Sushruta Samhita, which is actually the first surgical text in the world. By the way, a little fun fact, the first rhinoplasty, aka nose job, ever done in the world was from Ayurveda. Let's get into the concepts and principles of Ayurveda. So the seers and rishis discovered there are 5 elements. They are air, earth, water, space, and fire. So you are composed of all those elements. I'm composed of all those elements. So why is this important? These 5 elements then further break down into the 3 what Ayurveda calls doshas. These are bioenergetic centers or energetic constitutions of the physiology that are made up of these 5 elements. The 3 doshas are called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Vata is made up of air and space, Pitta is made up of fire and water, and Kapha is made up of earth and water. Now, the beauty about Ayurveda is how it describes these doshas and their importance to our health and well-being and physiology and how we function. So Vata is responsible for transportation, communication, and movement in our physiology. Pitta governs digestion and metabolism, and Kapha is all about lubrication and structure, lubricating the joints, giving us that structure of our body. That's why Kapha is the more grounding and more structural dosha of them all. Earth and water is more grounding than air and space, right? So these 3 doshas are literally the principle and center of Ayurveda. Anytime you think of Ayurveda, you know we got to think of the doshas. Now, extensions of doshas are subdoshas. Every single dosha has 5 subdoshas. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that, but just understand that every single dosha has a more intricate and detailed concept on those elements of nature. Ayurveda is all about qualities. For example, Vata is dry and light because it's made up of air and space. Pitta is hot and sharp because it's made up of fire and water. And Kapha is heavy and subtle and soft because it's made of earth and water. Now, why do these qualities even matter, and what do they have to do with our health, and why Ayurveda is so fascinating? Every single function in our body has to do with balancing out these qualities. For example, if you've ever had dry skin or dry hair, that's an increase in the Vata dosha. If you've ever gotten inflamed or a rash, that's Pitta going a little bit crazy with that fire and water inside of you. And if you've ever put on a little weight, guilty right here, that's a little bit of Kapha imbalance, increasing the heaviness, increasing the unctuousness, meaning the oiliness. So these doshas are so incredible to understand, and they are the main principle of Ayurveda. So doshas control the basic physiological functions of our body. If these 3 doshas are in balance in our physiology, then everything is in balance. When there's any imbalance in the 3 doshas, that's when we get dis-ease, ailments, and illnesses. In addition to doshas, Ayurveda is also centered around the importance of our tissues, malas, and Agni. There are 7 tissues in Ayurveda. Malas means waste products such as sweat, urine, and feces, and Agni is our biological fire that governs every single metabolic function in our body. So the beauty of Ayurveda is that it looks at healthcare and the individual in all these facets. Their Agni, their digestive power, their tissues, their physiology, their doshas, everything as a whole. And it has so many incredible modalities and techniques and therapies to bring balance back to the individual. So let's get into those practices and modalities of Ayurveda that bring you balance and well-being. There's yoga, meditation, pranayama, which are breathing techniques, your lifestyle, and dinacharya, which is your daily routine and how you follow the laws of nature throughout the day. There's Panchakarma, which means the 5 actions, and actually the most intensive and intricate therapeutic, rejuvenative, and detoxification therapy out there. Pulse diagnosis, which is one of the most fascinating aspects of Ayurveda, the practice of feeling your dosha imbalances through pulse. There's environment as well, and not only your physical environment like your home and neighborhood, which is important and Ayurveda looks deep into, but also your environment cosmically and how aligned you are with nature and the planets. There's herbs, food, and diet. Ayurveda looks at nutrition like I've never seen before. There are simple and incredible techniques to follow that bring you back to a balanced state based on your energetic constitution and doshas. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're updated every time I release new videos. I'm here every single Monday and Friday. And don't forget to dive in those comments section. I love hearing from you. Post your questions and insights. If you have any experience with practicing any of the modalities I talked about, tell us what your experiences are. And remember, the knowledge is already inside of you. I'm only here to remind you of it. Stay beautiful, stay whole, and stay connected. I'll see you in the next video.